Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you my review of the brand new Adidas Ghost Guard. This is a brand new shin guard line from Adidas. It has a retail price between $18 and $20, so it is very, very inexpensive. And in today's video, we're going to be talking specifics about the shin guards themselves, the sleeves, as well as how they fit. So with that being said, let's get right into the review. Before we get into tech specs, I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at all four colorway variations available in the Adidas Ghost Guard. Now, while colors don't necessarily mean anything when it comes to performance, and the shin guards are going to get covered up by socks anyways, it still is nice to have a little bit of choice when it comes to the color of your shin guards, I suppose. So the first colorway variation is the one you guys already saw. This one is red with like an orange fade. You got your black Adidas branding on the one, and then your black 3 stripes on the other. And you can see that pattern is consistent amongst all the colorways. The brightest of the bunch is definitely this one. It's a very vibrant pink, which fades into a lighter blue. Then you have a lime green, which fades into a navy blue, and you have kind of an orangish yellow color, which fades into black. So this one would be the most subtle of the bunch. My personal favorite is this one. Again, doesn't mean that much, but it is nice to have a little bit of option when it comes to picking the color of your Adidas Ghost Guard. In terms of the design and materials used for the Ghost Guard, it actually reminds me a lot of the 2013 Nike Mercurial Light Shin Guards, which were very popular and actually quite similarly priced to that of the Ghost Guard. What you're getting here is a plastic shell, a dense foam backing with no liner covering it whatsoever, all in a form factor that is relatively small and relatively lightweight, weighing in at only 2.4 ounces per guard in a size large. So they're small, provide no ankle protection, secured by sleeves, and like I said, they're inexpensive. It's really all you can ask for at this particular price range. In terms of the shape of the guards, you can see it's a more traditional rectangular shape with the rounded corners. Unlike the Mercurial Lights, these are not anatomically fitted. They're labeled left and right, as you guys can see, but like I said, they aren't anatomically fitted, so you can wear the right leg on the left leg, wear the right guard on the left leg, and vice versa, and it's not going to make any difference in terms of how the shin guards fit. So please keep that in mind. It is a generic shape to both the left and right guard. In terms of the shell, it is a full 100% plastic construction. It's a relatively thick plastic shell. It provides a decent amount of stiffness, again, as much as you could expect from a $20 shin guard. Good rigidity and decent protection overall. So should you get hit directly in the shin guard, it's going to do a good job of dispersing that impact overall. The backing material is a dense, fairly thick layer of foam with no liner on top. You can see you have this silver graphic on both shin guards. That's there simply for design, has nothing to do with the overall performance. It's not a grippy element or anything like that. And what's great about this backing material is that it's very dense, so it's going to provide a good amount of impact protection should you take a blow directly to the shin, and it's also not going to absorb any water, maintaining the weight of the shin guard even when you're using them. And then once you take them off, it's going to dry very quickly because this foam simply does not absorb water. The only downside to something like this is because it's completely smooth and it's a solid layer of foam, moisture is going to build up between the shin guard as well as your shins, so it could cause some slippage once you're about an hour or two into your playing session, but for the most part, as long as you have them secured properly, it shouldn't be much of an issue at all. That's pretty much it though as far as the guards are concerned. Again, it's a pretty straightforward design, nothing too fancy, but definitely enough to get the job done. Included with the Ghost Guards is a set of compression sleeves. Since the shin guards don't include straps or an ankle guard, there's nothing there to hold the shin guard in place. So they include a set of compression sleeves that you're supposed to wear with the Ghost Guards in order to securely fasten them on your shins without the need for tape or any type of other fastening systems. With that being said, I really did find that tape was necessary if you want the shin guards to stay in place, and that's simply because these aren't the greatest shin guard sleeves. The problem that I had with these is two things. One, they're simply too stretchy. You can see that they are made from an elasticated mesh type of material. It's pretty much one piece apart from this one seam going across the back, but the quality is not the issue. They stretch in all directions a ton, and that is part of the problem. The second problem is that they are a little bit large as far as shin guard sleeves go. Because they are a little bit longer, which isn't necessarily a big issue, but they're also very, very wide. So once you put the shin guard sleeves on your leg and then slide the shin guards in, running, you're going to notice that while you're standing still, they stay in place just fine. But once you start moving around, because they lack that clamping force on your leg because of their larger size and extremely stretchy qualities, they tend to fall down on you. So again, unless you're using tape or some other form of a fastening system to hold the shin guards in place, you're going to find that the sleeves alone aren't really sufficient in terms of holding your shin guards up and keeping them in place throughout your entire playing session. So yes, the included sleeves are a nice touch. Are they the most effective way of securing your shin guards in place? The answer to that is quite simply no. So if you're buying a pair of Ghost Guards, they're inexpensive. Tape is still recommended and still is 90% of the time going to be the best way of securing your strapless shin guards in place. But again, to have the extra sleeves, again, is something that you really can't complain about too much, even though they aren't the best. Alright, here's a look at the fit of the Adidas Ghost Guard, and as you can see, they actually fit pretty well. It is a smaller style of shin guard, so they're meant to sit a little bit higher up on your leg, and they provide a decent amount of coverage considering their smaller size. In terms of the fit of the shin guard, it is on the narrower side, I found, so unless you have particularly wide shins, these should fit most people, but it definitely is something to keep in mind because, like I said, they are slightly narrower than something like a Nike Mercurial Light, at least from what I've found. In terms of bulk on your leg, they are a little bit thicker, so you definitely will notice while you're wearing them, but they're nice and lightweight, so they're not going to weigh you down, and for the most part, I really didn't find any issues with them getting in the way whatsoever. Again, the sleeves aren't the best, so if you are going to be wearing these in-game or in any kind of intense playing session, tape is definitely something that I would recommend if you want the shin guards to stay in place a little bit more securely. But other than that, I'm actually really happy with how they fit, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Adidas Ghost Guard. For $20, you're getting a pretty good package here. The shin guard itself is strong enough to provide decent protection. Its smaller form factor and lightweight design is going to make for a fairly minimal feel on your shins. The only downside is that it is a little bit thicker, but that does lead to better overall protection. And the sleeves that are included, while they're a nice touch, aren't really the best. So tape or a new pair of sleeves is really required if you want these shin guards to stay in place while you're playing. But overall, for $20, it's a pretty good value if you're on the market for a shin guard of this particular type. So again, if you guys are interested in picking up a pair of these for yourself, check out the review page on my website. There will be a link down below in the description, and on that page you'll find the high quality pictures of this exact pair to give you a better idea as to how these actually do look in person, as well as buy it now links in all of the available colorways, along with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, allowing you to pick them up at a slightly discounted price. If you have any questions regarding this particular shin guard at all, be sure to leave them down below in the comments section, and if there's a particular guard you'd like to see reviewed on the channel, leave your suggestions down below in the comments as well. If you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful, be sure to support the video with a like, and I'll leave annotations on screen to several of my other shin guard review videos if you guys want to get a better idea of what else is out there in a similar price range. Other than that though guys, subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below as well. And other than that, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.